that should be still going.
Okay, cool. So, hello, and what are your names?
Hello, I'm Linda Balaban.
I'm Tina Cameron.
And what brings you out here?
Well, we're on the fundraising arm of the campaign at this point, but we started just as volunteers and got super excited when we saw everything that was going on.
Yeah. We've been longtime supporters of, not supporters, I mean students of Marianne, and gone to her lectures for years, read her books. But also, interestingly enough, the first time I ever saw Marianne in person was probably 14 years ago when she and Neil Donald Walsh were supporting John Hagelin for president, who was an independent candidate. I don't know if he's independent, but it's certainly not from one of the regular parties. And it was at that function where the statement was made that politics is our spirituality demonstrated. And that flipped a switch for me. And it kind of opened my heart to bring together spirituality and politics at the same time. So it was kind of like a dream come true for Marianne to be running for any political office, but to be running in the district that I live in. And so for me, there was an instantaneous yes, that if this was happening, I wanted to be part of it.
What was the catalyst to you getting?
For me, the catalyst for me was that Marianne turned me from being an apolitical person to somebody who was a part of this amazing campaign. I've never been involved in a political campaign before, but I guess I realized that I was sort of part of the problem. I mean, she used to quote somebody famous, I can't remember who said it, "If you don't do politics, politics will do you." And I kind of thought like, oh yeah, I know, she's probably right. I'm just like one of those people. I was afraid to get involved because I didn't think I would really understand it, since, you know, I had never been involved in politics or really paid too much attention. I knew enough to vote, and that was about it. And then I had to get help on who actually to vote for each election. But the moment we showed up as volunteers, Marianne started to educate us, and it was amazing. We would come every week and she would just talk to us about the issues that she was passionate about, and she inspired everybody, and she inspired us to actually develop our own voice, so that when we were out there talking to people, that it was about what we believed in, that it wasn't necessarily about getting Marianne into Congress. It was something much bigger than that. And I learned that she hoped to create a movement of other people running for political office, because that's the whole point. I realized that politics isn't supposed to be for politicians. It's supposed to be for us, by us, about us. And very early on I realized that Marianne had thousands of supporters, not only all over the country, but all over the world. And she was the only politician who could actually accomplish a crowdfunding type of, you know, fundraising model for a political campaign. Other than Obama, I don't know if anybody has that sort of support. And so we've decided to launch a crowdfunding campaign nationwide for Marianne. Anybody who's a US citizen, you don't have to be in District 33, can give $5. Anybody who's a US citizen or permanent resident, green card holder, can actually help raise money. So we're giving everybody the ability to have their own crowdfunding page within our overall crowdfunding site. And it's very easy. When you go to the website, you'll see a little button that says Crowdfund Marianne, learn how, and you click on the button, and it's so easy. Your page will be set up for you, or you can customize it yourself if you want to, and it's not difficult to do that either. But the idea is, like, if 500 people sign up to personally fundraise for Marianne, or 1,000 people, she can do it. 1,000 people, each gathering $1,000 worth of contributions from their friends and family, like you were running a marathon. Right. And you would have your own little goal amount that you're going for, and it tracks it for you, and everybody can see it's your campaign for Marianne. We can raise the money, you know, in a heartbeat.
The whole time we've been working on this campaign, and we did another fundraiser event, which was amazing, with Jason Mraz performing live in a house in Malibu. But everybody comes up to us and says, what can I do? And not everybody can have their weekends free or their days free, or, you know, a lot of people don't even live around here. They live in another state. But just like other politicians before, or other candidates before Marianne, Al Franken, I still get his emails. I still give money because I want his voice in Washington. I don't live in Minnesota. So there are people that have said, what can I do? How can I help? And a lot of people say, well, the most I can give is $10 or $20, but they can be someone who inspires others. And to not only give, but then to also learn about Marianne and know about her and what she stands for and the issues she believes in. So we see this as something that could just word of mouth, grassroots. It's the epitome of grassroots in today's day and age with the internet.
I think you guys say that so well, because for myself, I would have never wanted to contribute $5 or $20 to any campaign before this, because I was fucking embarrassed. Like show up with $5 bill to like
Right.
$500 plate like event.
Yeah.
That just didn't make any sense. But for this event or this movement, as you guys say, to be a part of it by just putting my $5 in, or developing my own voice, and who knows how much my voice can create
Inspire
those little
others.
$5,
Yeah.
and before you know it, it is that momentum.
Well, when Linda presented the
listening to
idea to me
you
at
guys.
first, my first thought was, how many emails do I get every year from people who are running a marathon or riding a bike for, some charity that I've never heard of? It's not my charity, but I know Jennifer, so I'm gonna give $10 or $20 because I love her and if she believes in it. So I thought, if you could multiply the number of people who actually know and believe in Marianne, who then inspire their communities, we can raise enough money so that Marianne can get into Congress and then get the money out. And nobody ever has to do this again.
What we're learning, though, is that the thing that is so appealing to so many people is the idea of getting the money out of politics. And this is a really great way to do it, because we get to decide with our dollar who is there. And that's, what we've lost the ability to do. And that's one of the main reasons why Marianne is running, because we need to take back our democracy by getting the moneyed interests out of those offices and give it back to the people.
Well, that's